Good morning and welcome to Story Time. It's kind of a rainy day and we have to stay indoors today, so I thought it'd be fun to get together and have a story. So sometimes when we get together, we can draw pictures or have a snack, but today I picked one of my favorite books to read, and it's called You Are Special. Now, I have this book, as you can see, in the classroom family size, and I also have this book in little pocket size. So if I come to your house for a play date while mom and dad are at a meeting or out to dinner, I will bring my pocket-sized books and we can read together. And those of you who are learning to read, we can sound out some of the words together. So shall we get started? You are special. Did you know you are special? You're special to God. You're special to me. You're special to mom and dad. You're special to grandma and grandpa. Here we go. The Womacs were small wooden people. All the wooden people were carved by a wood carver named Eli. His wood shop sat on a hill overlooking their village. Each Womack was different. Some had big noses, others had large eyes. Some were tall and others were short. Some wore hats and others wore coats. But all were made by the same carver, and they all lived in the village. Can you see all my Womacks there? And all day, every day, the Womacks did the same thing. They gave each other stickers. Each Womack had a box of golden star stickers and a box of gray dot stickers. Up and down the streets, all over the city, people spent their days sticking stars on or dots on one another. The pretty ones, those with smooth wood and fine paint, they always got the stars. But if the wood was rough or the paint chipped, the Womacks got dots. There's our friend right there, Puncello, and he is just covered with dots. Can you see that? The talented ones got stars, but some lift big sticks high above their heads, and some could jump over tall boxes. Still others knew some pretty big words, or they could sing pretty songs, and everyone gave them stars. Some Womacks had stars all over them. Every time they got a star, it made them feel so good. It made them want to do something else and get another star. Others, though, could do very little, and they got dots. There's our star friends. They're very pleased with themselves, aren't they? They're pleased with themselves and they're pleased with one another. Puncello was one of those. He tried to jump high like the others, but he always fell. And when he fell, the others would gather around and give him dots. Sometimes when he fell, his wood got scratched. So the people could give him more dots. And when he would try to explain why he fell, he would say something silly. And the Womacks would give him even more dots. After a while, he had so many dots that he didn't want to go outside. He was afraid he would do something dumb, such as forget his hat or step in the water. And then people would give him another dot. In fact, he had so many gray dots that some people would come up to him and give him dots for no reason at all. He deserves lots of dots, the wooden people would agree with one another. He's not a good wooden person. After a while, Puncello started to believe them. I'm not a good Womack, he would say. A few times he went outside, he hung around other Womacks who had lots of dots, and he felt a little better when he was around them. One day he met a Womack who was unlike any he had ever met. She had no dots or stars. She was just wooden, and her name was Lucia. It wasn't that people didn't try to give her stickers. It's just that the stickers didn't stick. Some of the Womacks admired Lucia for having no dots. so they would run up and give her a star, but the star would fall off too. Others would look down on her for having no stars and no dots. But you know what? It didn't matter. Puncello looks curious, doesn't he? He's looking at her like, no dots, no stars? What's up with her? Well, let's read and find out. That's the way I want to be, thought Puncello. I don't want anyone's marks. So he asked the stickerless woman, how did she do it? It's easy, Lucia replied. Every day I go see Eli. Eli? Yes, Eli, the wood carver. I sit in the wood shop with him. Why? Why don't you find out for yourself? Go up the hill. He's there. And with that, the woman who had no stickers turned and skipped away. There she is, pointing to the wood carver's house up on the hill. Cello's looking. Should I? Shouldn't I? What do you think? But will he want to see me? Puncello cried out. Lucia didn't hear him, because she had already skipped and went away. So Puncello went home, and he sat near a window and watched the wooden people as they scurried around, giving each other stars and dots. It's not right, he murmured to himself, and he decided to go see Eli. There he is, looking out his little window. I walked up the narrow path to the top of the hill and stepped into the big shop. His wooden eyes widened as he saw everything. The stool was so tall, it was as tall as he was. He had to stretch on his tiptoes to see the top of the workbench, and a hammer was as long as his arm. Puncello swallowed hard. I'm not staying here. He turned to leave. Then he heard his name. Puncello. The voice was deep and strong. Puncello stopped. Puncello, how good to see you. Come and let me have a good look at you. Puncello turned slowly and looked at the large, bearded craftsman. You know my name? The little woman asked. Of course I do. I made you. You see the wood carver up there at the big wood carving desk? And the little Puncello down there? The wood carver said, I made you. Eli stooped down and picked him up and sat him on his bench. The maker spoke thoughtfully as he looked at the gray dots. Looks like you've been getting in some bad marks. I didn't mean to, Eli. I tried. I really tried. Oh, you don't have to defend yourself to me, child. I don't care what the other womucks think. You don't? No, and you shouldn't either. Who are they to give stars or dots? They're womucks just like you. What they think doesn't matter, Puncello. All that matters is what I think. And I think you are special. See the woodcarver's hands? I wonder what he's making right there. There's Puncello looking at him. Puncello laughed. Me? Special? Well, I can't walk fast. I can't jump. My paint is peeling. Why do I matter to you? Eli looked at Puncello, put his hands on those small wooden shoulders, and spoke very slowly. Because you're mine, that's why you matter to me. Puncello had never had anyone look at him like that before, much less his maker. He didn't know what to say. Do you think that felt good when the Maker put his hand on him? I bet that felt good and gave him comfort and some peace. Every day I'd been hoping you'd come, Eli explained. I came because I met someone who had no marks, said Puncello. I know, she told me about you. Why don't the stickers stay on her? The Maker spoke softly. Because she has decided that what I think is more important than what you think and what others think. The stickers only stick if you let them. What? The stickers only stick if you let them. If what they say matters to you. The more you trust my love, the less you care about their stickers. I'm not sure I understand. See Eli giving Puncello some comfort, some guidance, some love, some wisdom, some caring. Eli smiled. You will, but it will take some time. You've got a lot of marks. But for now, just come to see me every day. Eli lifted Puncello off the bench and sat him back on the ground. Remember, Eli said as the Womack walked out the door, you are special because I made you, and I don't make mistakes. Puncello didn't stop, but in his heart he thought, I think he really means it. And when he did, a dot fell to the ground. So, my friends, remember that you are special. God made you just the way you are. You don't need to be like anybody else. God loves you just the way you are.